Thank you for visiting Wealthy Coins again. This leak has officially validated the Shiba Inu bull run. Updates on SHEB today. While the Shiba Inu community is understandably delighted with SHEB's January performance, a feeling of market uncertainty has resurfaced as the month draws to a close. However, as we near the end of the month, the market is once again filled with uncertainty, particularly in relation to its performance in February. The portfolios of Shiba Inu holders are anticipated to be most affected by the forthcoming FAMC meeting. Shiba Inu holders can have a better grasp of how the FAMC meeting impacts their portfolio by having a solid grasp of what the meeting entails. The major highlight of the meetings, which take place every 3 weeks, is the revision of the federal fund rate. The latter represents the interest rate at which the Federal Reserve lends money to banks. This video will discuss the Shiba Inu bull run that has been validated by this leak. Breaking news from SHEB today. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, subscribe to the channel and give it a big thumbs up. We will start the video without further ado. In order to maintain economic stability, the Federal Reserve employs the federal fund rate. Borrowing money becomes more affordable at a lower rate, which facilitates investment by making liquidity more accessible. Conversely, borrowing money becomes less attractive and investment becomes less likely when the rate is higher. In 2022, the Federal Reserve's quantitative tightening efforts aimed at reducing inflation included a generally rising federal fund rate. A positive surge was felt by Shiba Inu and the market as a whole following the most recent FAMC meeting. Reason being, last month the Fed announced a 0.75 percentage point hike to interest rates, but this month they only announced a 0.5% increase, or 50 basis points. Since the FFR was lower, investors thought the Fed was backing off its aggressive rate hike plans. Along with this came news that the Fed's fight against inflation was successful. January 31st and February 1st are the dates set for the next FAMC meeting. Many believe the Federal Reserve will increase the federal funds rate FFR by 25 basis points. Renewing purchasing pressure on SHEB might occur if this proves to be accurate, as it would lend credence to optimistic views. If this were to happen, it would break through the $0.000123 level of resistance that has been there for the past many days. Shiba Inu investors should brace themselves for a price increase of up to 14% to the next Fibonacci resistance line if a rally is in the cards. A rate hike over that might fool investors and cause Shiba Inu prices to drop again. If a 10% correction materializes, it will bring the price back down to its 200-day moving average or below. The market can sometimes respond in advance of the official release of the FAMC minutes. Some have hypothesized that this is due to the fact that those in influential positions are aware of the Federal Reserve's rate decision prior to its official announcement. Therefore, certain market players may get preferential treatment, enabling them to respond appropriately. It is worth noting that there was a small increase in Shiba Inu's weighted mood meter during the past 2 days. This could indicate that market optimism is on the rise again. In light of the current consensus that a 25 basis point increase is likely, this does not prove that investors predict another jump. Price volatility has dropped marginally over the past several days, but it's possible that another spike is around the corner. Reason being, this week's trading might get a little busier due to the FAMC data. The results are the same as what is shown by the exchange flows. While supply outside of exchanges has been steadily rising, it has fallen sharply on exchanges in recent days. Even if the FAMC opts for a steeper rate hike than expected, a bearish pivot can still occur within the allotted time. There will probably be more directional momentum now that the official data is out. The following trend presents potential for short-term gains that SHIB traders and investors can seize. In the last week, Benzinga looked at the future of a lot of people's favorite stocks. This week, the tech-heavy Nasdaq led the markets higher, continuing the positive atmosphere that began 2023 on Wall Street. The Nasdaq ended the week 4.32% higher, the S&P 500 2.47% higher, and the Dow Industrials 1.81% higher. The U.S. Department of Commerce announced on Thursday that GDP increased 2.9% in the fourth quarter, which was more than the 2.6% increase that economists had predicted. Following a 5.5% gain in November and below economists' projections of a 5.5% gain, the Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index climbed 5% in December, according to Friday's report by the Bureau of Economic Analysis. Famous meme coins include SHIB and Doge. The Shiba Inu project's token SHIB is an Ethereum-based asset. Despite its comedic origins, the cryptocurrency Doge has grown a sizable user base since its 2013 launch. You should think of both of them as high-risk investments due to their extremely volatile prices. Dogecoin has been around for a long time and was the first meme coin that everybody knew of. The combination of speculative investments and sudden price declines causes huge rallies on a regular basis. One such rival that has been around since 2020 is the Shiba Inu coin. A spoof of Dogecoin is what this is being marketed as. Compared to Dogecoin, Shiba Inu has fared better during this period. This is understandable given that the initiative is in its infancy. Because of this, the risk outweighs the possible gain. Shiba Inu might have also failed or had very little price gains, just as other meme coins. Compared to Dogecoin, the risk with the Shiba Inu coin in 2023 is higher, but the payout might be even higher. Dogecoin might be better off with the Shiba Inu since meme coins are so dangerous to invest in. Dogecoin, Doge, and Shiba Inu, three meme coins with a doc theme, are among the most decentralized digital assets available, according to a senior executive of Cyber Capital and Investment Business. The company's chief investment officer Justin Bonds informs his Twitter followers that Doge and SHIB are two of the 32 supposedly decentralized cryptocurrencies among the top 50. There are only 32 truly decentralized cryptocurrencies out of the 50 most popular ones. We can still draw a line and say yes or no, even though decentralization is on a continuum. Remember that in reality things could be different from how they appear on paper. After a strong start to the new year, the price of Shiba Inus is beginning to cool down. With the 60% increase in the value of digital Dogecoin since January 1st, the Shiba Inu price has forged a new narrative for itself. Top Ethereum whales use Shiba Inu smart contracts and tokens more than any other, according to Whale Stats. The Shiba Inus beta launch has sparked a great deal of interest in Shiba Inus. The chief developer of Shiba Inus, Satoshi Kusama, has dropped indications that Valentine's Day, February 14th, would be the premiere date of Shibarium. In the midst of the Shibarium debut, whales have bought Shiba Inus but are selling SHIB till December. Among the top Ethereum whales smart contracts purchased in the last 24 hours, Shiba Inu has been the most popular. The price of SHIB has risen 2% in the past 24 hours, trading at $0.00001204. Shiba Inu still has a shot for a much greater peak in the months to come. Shiba Inu could see a surge in popularity after the release of Shibarium. The new Layer 2 blockchains promise many improvements such as faster transactions, more scalability, and less overall transaction costs. The possibility of burning trillions of tokens is another consequence of Shibarium. Like any other product, cryptocurrency is subject to the rules of supply and demand. Token prices will rise in response to a sharp reduction in supply and maintained or increased demand. People are still interested in SHIB since it was the third most viewed cryptocurrency last year, according to Finbold. But Binance hasn't explained why it decided to withdraw the coin. A lack of cash on hand is to blame, according to several sources. Still, there's a lot more cause for concern for Binance. There was a surge in concern over the